go, sir?
It's going. Good to see you guys. All right. We're going to walk through one more time and before we get started. I think y'all, it looks like y'all are putting X's on the walls.
Yes.
Okay.
We needed to add air conditioning to the gym space. It was just getting way too hot. And so that was like kind of the first thing on our list. So once we had an opportunity to talk to the landowner, the building owner, we were approached to look at a renovation, which would kind of help pull some things together. A pro shop area, a bigger more open space in the lobby, double or even triple the size of the parent room, and add a cafe where our staff room was. So all those things happened, and it was pretty, I wouldn't say smooth, but everything that was completed within the right amount of time, it was definitely something that we were excited about.
Y'all ready? Sorry about taking so long.
These parents just don't get it.
Yeah, when they see it and it's new, they'll get it.
I would hope so, but we got an email last night, and this dad was like, "You said a month ago that this was happening and it should have been done, and I'm not confident that it's going to be done." I was like, "We're not doing it ourselves."
I was going to say, how does it impact you anyway?
It's like, do you think that we're doing it? We're coaches. We aren't.
He's mad because he can't get a sandwich or what?
He's mad, I think, because he can't sit in here and watch.
Oh, I got you.
And he's like, "We come from too far. We're just going to put our membership on pause." And I'm like, okay. I mean, no, and he's not the only one.
Really?
But they're mad at us. We're the ones in here at night, with the hammers and nails.
Don't send him my email. Are you going to send him my email? Don't send him my cell phone number.
It was really not so much a misunderstanding as it's more just things getting pushed back. So initially, once the AC was done, we had kind of a countdown as far as how many days we needed to get certain things taken care of.
And I think now that the air conditioning's in, they're able to go longer, they're wanting to come in more, and their work ethic is getting better now that they're able to not focus on the heat. I think their mind was elsewhere before.
But I would say it's probably about 2 weeks. We had the office lobby area shut down. During that process, we had parents who were not wanting to drop their kids off sight unseen and just kind of trust the process and know that everything was going to be okay.
But I know from some of the younger teams, a lot of the parents that do like to sit and watch and are there because, their kids are younger, but they were very confused. But I think they handled it well because we did a good job. Those team moms and myself, we stayed in constant communication and just constantly tried to remind them that, good things are coming, we're expanding, we're making it easier and more comfortable for you to be here with your child.
See, for me, I guess I'm probably not the only one who feels this way, but I like the fact that parents aren't in here.
I'm not going to be. I like it. They're not in here. The kids can focus on me, not their parent.
Yeah, because you do have a few of those kids who are constantly, "Mom, look what I did. Mom, look at me." And they're talking through the window, but now that they're not able to be in there, they're focused.
But the younger ones, Sparrows mainly, sometimes their attention span wanders on their own. But if, mom and dad are there or an older sibling are there, they can get even more distracted. So I think it was a good little break, just more from the gym side, just let the athletes breathe and let them practice and work together, even though as a mom on the other flip side, it was I know some of them were a little worried, but I think we did a really good job of communicating that with them.
Sometimes you just want to go home and be home. And I think with the renovations, it's kind of helping these kids go home and be home, not at practice.
But for the most part, everybody was pretty happy once they saw the renovations and they were able to have a full lobby, cafe area, more space to move around. It's not congested. They're not sitting on top of each other. and a full span of windows for them to see the entire gym at one time. So I think that paid off. And for the one or two that were impatient, we've gained, 10 times, those athletes. So we're blessed that the timing was not a big thing, but we're blessed that it happened. If your landlord doesn't really understand what's going on as far as just your business and what your needs are, it's hard for your business to grow sometimes within the constraints of lease and just development. And he has a really good understanding of what it is that our sport provides the area, but also generally what sports provide the area as far as within the what he's trying to do as far as developing his own businesses.
Yeah, it's gonna look real good. I mean, and if we have enough, I'll have to wait and see kind of when we get everything. I'll get my final budget. I mean, I'm pretty sure we might have a little bit of money. What if we did stack rock? Stack stone?
Kind of what you have. Oh, out here.
Yeah.
Match the outside.
Or that phony wall?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
He was very instrumental in making everything happen. A lot of it was his idea as far as just making some internal changes that would help us grow the business. Demo was fine. I didn't see really too many issues there. I would say probably just making sure that everything that from the contractor to Jonathan, to myself, to Mickey, trying to figure out everything that we wanted to have inside the budget that we had. That was probably the biggest struggle. There are some things that she really wanted to have done that I wasn't able to twist the budget around because there were some things that were equally as important, but at the same time, the process had already started for some of those things, so we really couldn't switch midstream. But by the end of the project, I think again, probably the biggest thing was just timing, trying to make sure everything was happening in the order that it should happen so that we can get the floors the way we needed it, to get the wall done, to make sure that the windows were done, everything was on time, because we really wanted to make sure that we weren't shut down in the lobby too much longer than we were.
Just the aesthetics of it, the layout, when you walk in, there is wow, this place is really pretty. It's just that, but it's not, overdone. This is it's kind of like walking into your second home and just being like, oh, this is really comfortable. It's really nice and open. There's room to breathe. The parents aren't crowded.
I would say it gives us a little bit more flexibility with what happens in between classes, where I would say parents would drop their kids off and then leave. Now they're staying and hanging around, enjoying the atmosphere.
People walk in, haven't been in a while, and it's like, oh my gosh, wow. It's exciting to be at the desk and feel the energy and from the floor into the parents.
So before we had one parent room here, and one parent room here, and then it was divided in the middle, with that athlete other viewing room, and it just what the walls up, it almost invites negativity and toxicity, and people running their mouths and making comments that shouldn't be made, whereas now you're out in the open. So what you say in that room can be heard all the way down to the cafe. And I think parents are they're getting to know each other better. They're opening up to each other more, whether it be just kind of small talk, but they're all involved together and watching their team and watching the coaches, but yet they can get up, go do something, and feel like they haven't skipped a beat or missed anything. Or, I'll be honest, like if I get up and walk away, I'm not worried someone's gonna be talking about me because I'm gonna be hearing them down there in the cafe when I'm getting my coffee from Dallas,
With the cafe area, Dallas is able to provide a little bit more of a vibe. He's got music playing. We've got video screens where parents can kind of see different parts of the gym in areas or advertisements, the series, everything that we're doing, we're able to kind of give them a full service feeling, so that you get more people hanging around. So it makes more money sense at the end of the day.
Ready? Got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. That's what I want to see, okay? Hudson, take a small step backwards. So you can take a small step. So look, I want you to find, when everybody moves, I want you to find this back line. So you'll find, well, you'll really find Harper, okay? So try to find where Harper is and Morgan, okay? Go to your running tumbling section, the beginning of your running tumbling section. Oh my gosh. Serenity keeps rubbing her eye, and now she looks like she got a black eye.
Oh, Chuck, quit rubbing the eye.
You have makeup on. You look like you... Is your eye okay? They're itchy.
Well, wash your hands and don't touch it again.
Yeah.
Okay? But go wash your hands.
Yeah, get the makeup off your hand. Oh, hi girls. Not only do we truly have a theme this year that I'm really excited about, we have these kids that were dedicated last year, took that and brought it to a whole different team. So the mixture of the new kids that are eager beavers and willing to learn and are just ready to absorb everything, and then have the kids from last year be ready to teach and improve themselves, it is the best mix I think that we could probably dream for Sparrows.
I love them. Like when we had like a pool party, like with all the teams, me and Hudson, we really like had a connection when we went there.
So my name is Kat Armstrong. My athlete is Hudson Armstrong. She's on the Sparrows, and this is our first year at Silent Fury. So she's a very quiet kid, and she's determined. What she wants, she will go out and get. And I love this place because it's a family-owned. That's the same type of gym I went to as a child. And the coaches are a lot like the coaches that taught me. They were younger. A lot of my coaches were college coaches. So, I mean, I guess that's how I wanted for my children.
And Kai, I love Kai. I love the personality. Like when they came, I was like, I want them here. And so.
What I see out of them is growth and maturity. They probably learned the routine the fastest this season. It's just, for me, it's about their execution. Sometimes they just are a little sloppy when they don't need to be. We have to understand their development from a youth age team that's level 1 or level 2 still has to be the same type of energy and effort put into it, whether it was a youth age that's a level 3 or a level 4.
Right here, girlie. Just run over Coach Angelo. Just take him out. Don't actually run over him. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8.
I love seeing their bond from the, 6 that they have from last year. It is really neat for them to be so young and have that bond. Then embracing the new mom, and make them feel at ease and make sure they understand this world because it is different.
Their heart is still a little stung from last season, so they're kind of taking that and putting forth the effort. So I'm actually excited to see, especially the first competition, to see how our newer kids that have never cheered before, how they react to the lights, the cameras, the makeup and the uniforms, the loud music and all that. And then the people who have already been there and they're like, oh yeah, we're ready and we're gonna do it. You okay? What is wrong? What's wrong with us?
I had homework.
What's right before this, the stunt section?
No. We do the round off back walkovers and we move to our tumbling.
No, before this. Jumps. Go to your jumps and then we're gonna move to this formation. We just need to make sure that we know where we're going. Okay, go ahead and take your shoes off. Sorry, Haddie.
When I first met Haddie, super sweet, really cautious, didn't want to commit to a whole lot. Fast forward 3 years later, she's still cautious, doesn't want to commit to a whole lot, but I've seen a lighter side of her.
When I first met the coaches, I was kind of nervous, you know? And ever since this year, I feel like everyone has had a big connection in that we come here often, we see each other more, and we connect more.
She's sassy, but she pays attention. She watches her surroundings. She talks, but she listens first.
Haddie has always been my shy one. Growing up, I think being the younger sibling, she got used to watching her sister because she was always the kid that I just want to watch. So when she came to me and told me she wanted to do cheer, I was like, absolutely, because that was the first thing that she's ever said that she's wanted to do.
She is probably the definition of an all-star cheerleader.
I think from an athletic standpoint, she still is, she still has to have a little bit more push, a little bit more oomph, and understanding that it's going to be okay if you just give it a try. Everything's not going to end badly.
What are some of your goals that you have for this season?
To get my back handspring, and for everyone to try their best, and for us to go back to level 2.
By the time this is out, Haddie, you'll have your back handspring. She's scared to go backwards right now, but that doesn't change her attitude towards cheer, and she is showing that you can still be scared of any skill, but that doesn't mean I'm not gonna come in here and try every time I walk onto the floor.
I know that I can do stuff. When I looked at other people and I watched them do all that stuff really fast, and I was like, I don't know if I can do that, but me doing that makes me feel happy, and yeah.
I love that she feels comfortable doing that, and they chose her to fill in that spot, and she really didn't lose a beat.
But I think also watching her older sister Avery on Ravens, last season Avery was at another gym. She didn't get to see big sister cheer. She didn't get to watch her every practice and stay late and see what it's like to watch a senior team and watch the older girls. And I think that's also her biggest drive. She wants to be on Ravens one day. She wants to be like big sister. She wants to, accomplish those goals that she's seeing her sister do. And now that I'm able to throw her into a senior level 3 dance, being on a youth 2, she was working it better than half my girls out there. How about this? Instead of us talking to you, I want Haddie to talk to them. So I want you guys to turn. Because guess what? Every time you guys don't have a good practice, the only one I see who really takes it to heart is that one. So she probably has some words for you.
I can't find the words. What do you describe it? Okay. So we need to work on corrections, say more clean and try to be sharper. And in our dance, we need to really try to focus during the counts, because sometimes we get off count and we need to try to really focus. We need to be sassy too. Yeah. Sassy but sharp. Yeah, but when you're probably gonna get solid soon because you've had it for a while. And so everyone that has to walk over, they could probably work on it at home, the grass in their backyard.
To me, I see her as that next cheerlebrity when she's 16, 17, 18. I could see her as that because she loves it so much and she's willing to learn and willing to improve. Yes, she has her fears, she has her doubts, but that's every human.
Who is your favorite coach? Coach Kennedy or Coach Kyra, and why?
I think Coach Kennedy for tumbling and Coach Kyra for talking to. I like Coach Kennedy because I feel safe, and the coaches make it fun for us, and they make sure and they tell us that to not be nervous, and Coach Kyra because she's a fun coach, and I enjoy having her at our practices.
As far as Brooke being pretty much making sure that the flow at the front desk and just from the kids coming in, kids leaving, parents signing up, parents making sure that they're in the right classes. If there's needs for the kids going to the cafe, all those different things. She's done a really good job.
I feel like trying to make everyone feel welcome when they walk in to this gym is super important because I do care about the reflection of Angelo in the gym, and I want to make sure that they leave here on a positive note, whether they're just taking a tumbling class or they are on a team. And if they are, my little Sparrows, I tend to, be a little bit more of a mama to them and make sure that, they've got a hurt boo-boo, that I'm going to be there with a Band-Aid.
Oh, I see things being a lot more smooth. Things are being handled a lot faster, and it's not coming back on to us as coaches or even my dad as a gym owner. They kind of stop a few of those crazy questions, or they stop some of the unnecessary back talk. They're able to kind of get in there, say, nope, this is that. That's how it is, period, move on.
Honest question, answer is, I see how much Angelo cares about my kids and all the kids here that I knew I wanted to be a part of it.
I think the biggest misconception of my role as head team moms or other team moms is that we have our hands in the know in everything at all times. And I preach to the other team moms and to my parents, always come to us first, because the coaches, they don't need to be bothered with a lot of the stuff outside. If you have something going on with your athlete, absolutely. But everything else, come to us first, give us a chance.
Or sometimes I can't get back to you. Maybe they can get back sooner than I can, because I'm coaching. I'm coaching from
I'm not going to
4
know
to
what
9.
the price is of a t-shirt. I'm out here coaching their kid. So the fact that they're able to go to one person, get that answer, and move on, and it doesn't have to come to me and everybody behind me, things get done. When you have help, things get done.
I think it's very, very, very important for us as team moms to stay in our lane, because it can get very ugly very quickly, which we saw some last year, and that was really my main goal for this year. For us, we need to make sure that they fully understand what our role is, what our responsibility is for them. We are a support system for the team and for the parents and for the athletes and for the coaches, but there are certain other things that we're not going to know or even want to know.
And those two, they love it. They love what it's doing to their daughters, and they're doing it not just for, oh, I'm a cheer mom or I'm helping out. No, my daughters love it. They have improved as people, and I love the people who I'm helping. We've created quite a bond, and I call them my second moms, and they make sure that I'm okay. They make sure that everybody has what they need.
I don't like walking into the gym and getting a weird vibe, regardless of who it's from. If it's a parent, if it's athletes, if it's coaches. If your sister's having a bad day, I know. I will walk up to her, and as much as Kennedy hates hugs, I will put my arm around her and be like, are you okay, sis? She's like, yeah, I'm just having a bad day. Okay, if you need something, let me know.
Sometimes you just kind of need that mother-like figure at the front to deal with the other mothers who are going through the exact same thing. Sometimes you need somebody who's that mother to help out with the gym managing, because then you're able to kind of relate a little bit more. Because if I had somebody else who didn't understand children, who didn't understand what it was like to be a parent or a coach, and they were just looking for a job, it's going to be a lot harder for them to connect and actually help them out in a more efficient way than it is with somebody who knows the sport, who actually cares for that sport, and who has just the more insights of everything. So they are amazing, and I love them a lot.
But we're going to talk about, since I have the parents here, showcase. Can I tell them?
Yes. I'm going to be talking about mainly just like going level 1. Okay. And then just the overall what to expect at showcase.
Okay. And then we can
go from there. Okay.
The coaches do a good job at trying to hold meetings and communicate, and then the team moms being the buffer.
I just want to make sure that everyone knows, if you want to book something, last year a lot of us did because we were so early in the morning that we just booked it and we're like, okay, we're there. Nothing that you have to do, especially since we're not traveling far. Also, competition times don't come out until that Wednesday or Thursday, and that's never going to change. We're never going to know.
But I really do. I feel like it's just, everyone's just so busy all the time that they may have a different app for a different sport. So, and I get it. I mean, we're all human. But I can just try to do my best as the communicator on band and a team mom and an employee at the gym, is to do my very best to communicate to everyone.
Good evening. Hi. I wanted to bring you guys in to talk about their level right now. We are noticing that not everybody has their back handsprings right now. We currently only have 3 athletes doing back handsprings by themselves. Some have been coming in and getting spots, but with competition coming up right around the corner, I feel like it's in their best interest to go level 1.
Kennedy is doing a great job as the All-Star director, and I see her trying to shift to where she's not running any classes, but she's pretty much handling teams and the business of All-Star.
We do not have to stay level 1. So we're able to change once everybody gets their back handsprings, once everyone is, in a better state of mind. I think some of them are a little worried about the back handspring because either they're not in, or it's still a little scary, or they just haven't had enough reps in. So we think it's best for them as of right now just to go level 1. It's okay. To go level 1, and I'd rather them be the best level 1 than the weakest level 3. Or level 2, sorry. I'm thinking, I know, weakest level 2.
Kennedy has 5 teams that she has to be concerned about right now. For all intents and purposes, I'm more of her assistant All-Star director, so I kind of handle some of the overflow of the parents and things like that. But what I've started to realize lately is that if I don't give her those responsibilities, it's not going to help. So I'm letting her do the conversations, those hard conversations with parents, and she's doing a good job.
But I will say that absences are going to be a little bit more strict, a little bit more important, because we are getting into comp season. So if we can try to keep them down, I know like with us being sick and stuff like that, the weather being all over the place since it's Texas, if it is something like very important, like family oriented and something that's already been planned, we understand. But if it's just like, oh, you don't feel too good today, okay, we'll stay home. Like you have to remember that 3 other kids might as well stay home too, because they don't get that work either. So if they are able to be here, if they are alive and well, I suggest them to be here. Unless they are on their deathbed and they're just like, oh my God, I can't do it, then that's the time to keep them home. Also, if they are just having like a slight cough or something and you're just kind of worried for their health, I would rather them still come. If they want to bring a mask, they just need to stay seated and at least watch practice. That way, if anything changes, we're not reteaching. They already know where to go, what to do, and they're not clueless when they come back.
Whereas there's times where I feel like I may not give the parents the best answer, or the answer that would serve everyone. Kennedy has been able to be really direct. I walked in on a parent meeting that she had the other day, and she covered everything a lot faster than I did or could in the previous parent meeting with similar situations. So she's doing a really good job there.
It's really hard to find a safe place. Peyton's safe place is the gym. It has been for the last 2 years. Her and I are very close, but I'm also very aware that there's a lot of moms and daughters that aren't that close. And I know that. So I wanted them to know that just as much as it is for Peyton, it really is a safe place for them too.
Our first competition isn't until, what, December 10th?
December 10th.
So we still have a little bit of time, not a lot, so don't take this for granted, okay? Use this to your advantage. We still have time.
All right, so you ate all your food already?
I got fruit.
I got yelled at, well, not yelled at. I was concerned that I didn't watch my own son because I was focused on y'all. Okay? And this is my job. You are important to me just like Roman is important to me. But my focus is on you, where my job and my responsibility is. It's not elsewhere.
Oh, I just noticed got black ribs too. Huh? Stop moving, Papa. We gotta go.
Hello. Hi. I hope y'all have a very nice day. Please put this in the video, Nick. I love every single one of my fans out there.